Greetings fellow masters and welcome to the channel. I am the Shotgun Shogun and today we are going to be talking about the Rashomon event. Now if you have taken a look at my Rashomon abridged version, you're probably going to get most of the stuff that you needed out of that. However, in this video we are going to talk about absolutely everything, as well as team compositions and what you need to do in order to bully this banana Oni. Now, taking a look at the event itself, you are going to need to have the America Singularity completed. So if you haven't been working on that during the half AP week, you should probably get on that. So let us take a look at what we have. So during this event, all masters will work together to defeat Ibaraki Doji. Upon defeating Ibaraki Doji, you will get battle points that you can use for wonderful prizes later on. There are going to be missions to complete as well during this, which will give you much more rewards, which is great. You're going to need BP in order to fight Ibaraki Doji. Now, where this guy differs from the last one is it was announced that we will be getting 8 BP instead of 6 BP. So every master only has 8 BP and that restores once every 60 minutes, where before it was a max of 6 BP, it is now 8 BP, like I said, so that will allow you to sleep through the night without having to wake up stressed out trying to make sure that you use all of your BP to get this event done. Now, this event is available from the 16th all the way up through the 30th, and we will be getting multiple versions of Ibaraki Doji raids. So Ibaraki Doji comes in 3 flavors of difficulty. There is a 1 BP, 2 BP, and 3 BP version. Now, it isn't sure whether or not we will get the 4th version this time around, which came with the JP rerun, which was a second 2 BP version, but for all intensive purposes, I will go off of the original information until proven otherwise. So the 1 BP version of Ibaraki Doji comes with 300,000 hit points. The 2 BP version comes with 1 million hit points, and the 3 BP version comes with 6 million hit points. And now you might be saying, Shotgun Shogun, that is a lot of hit points. How are we going to get through that? Well, we will go over that in a little bit when we talk about craft essences, because much like Saber Wars, you are going to have some craft essences that will increase your damage to even greater heights. Because believe in me who believes in you, for yours will be the damage that will pierce the heavens. But let's talk first about the raid event. So as you can see here on the screen, this is Ibaraki Doji. The top bar, the red bar, is the current Ibaraki Doji that you are fighting. That is the HP bar for that one. The yellow bar underneath is the overall bar for everyone who is doing this raid. Now, let's take a look, because every day Ibaraki Doji has a very interesting debuff that she brings to the table. And not only does she bring a debuff to the table, but she also brings a different set of enemies with her. So you will see that she has 2 different battles. You have a battle 1, which will help you drop your buffs, make sure everything is good, build up NP off of them as you need in order to go to the second stage, where you fight Ibaraki Doji plus 2 demon arms. This is the left arm and the right arm, because if you had 2 left arms, that just really wouldn't make sense. So on day 1, we are looking at Ibaraki Doji plus some archers. Now, the debuff that she is going to be bringing with her on the first day is critical damage down by 20% for 3 turns. You will also see that the enemies that she comes with also increase in hit points. So on day 1, if you are trying to tackle the 6 million, which I don't think that you should on day 1 until you have a good set of CEs for damage increase, the left and right arm will be clocking in at 150,000 hit points. So this will be a trend as you go through the days. These will increase. So taking a look at day 2, she's going to be accompanied by casters. Now this will also be giving a buff cancellation one time. This will also increase the demon arms up to 180,000 hit points if you are trying for the 3 BP. Now on day 3, she comes with a Noble Phantasm seal for 1 turn. She's also accompanied by assassin units. Day 4, we are looking at Star Generation down by 50%, and she is accompanied by Lancers. Day 5 is going to be heal down by 50%. However, she is accompanied by Sabers, and we're looking at 330,000 HP demon arms. On day 6, she is going to be accompanied by Riders. They're going to be up around 400,000 hit points, and you are looking at NP down of 20%. Now on day 7 is going to be where it is going to get real rough, because this is all berserkers, so they are going to be hitting you like a truck, and not only that, but you get defense down by 20% for 3 turns. So this is going to be a real race to blow each other up. So now that you've seen a little bit about what each of the days brings, let's talk a little bit about the raids and what you are going to want to do. Now, you are going to want to kill the hands, as they drop a vast majority of the gourds that you will need in order to clear out the shop. Once Ibaraki Doji's hit points, the yellow bar, goes all the way down, it will unlock a secondary quest that you will do in order to unlock the free quest that you can use to farm Ibaraki Doji after the raid has ended. This will allow you to accumulate more battle points, it'll allow you to farm gourds, and it will allow you to use your BP while the raid is down. So you will want to make sure that you are farming those. You will potentially want to use items to restore your BP early on so that you can farm gourds, so that you can amass more of your CEs from the shop, as well as get potential drops. So this will help you to kind of jumpstart your way into bullying the 3 BP 6 million Banana Oni. So as stated earlier, there are also mission quests as well as main quests. We'll look into the mission quests now, followed up by the main quests. So on day 1, you will have 6 mission quests. Now, these are going to be very, very straightforward. It's going to be accumulating damage points as well as clearing the raid. So on day 1, you are going to have a mission for 500,000, 1 million, and 2 million damage. These will get you Rice Balls of Power, which Rice Balls of Power will restore 2 BP. So on day 1, you will have 3 Rice Balls of Power, which will restore up to 6 BP. So you can either use these or save these. That is up to you. Now, the nice thing, what I am looking forward to, is if you take a look down here at the bottom, you are going to be getting 60 mana prisms per day, just for clearing the raid quest 5 times. Now, day 2, we're going to add a couple more on here. You're going to have one for 3 million as well as 5 million. The mana prisms stay the same, but if you notice, you are going to be getting a golden rice ball. Now, what this does is restores all of your BP. You're also going to be getting 5 Talons of Chaos. Now, day 3 jumps that up even further with a 5 million and a 10 million. So you're going to be getting, yet again, 3 Rice Balls of Power, as well as 1 Golden Rice Ball, 5 Meteoric Horseshoes, and what I'm excited for too is Summon Tickets. Now, on day 4, you get another one for 15 million. You get the similar Rice Ball spread. This time you get 5 Infinity Gears, Summon Ticket, and 5 Bloodstone Tears. Now on day 5, we're going up to 20 million. And so by day 4 and day 5 and so on, you should have a solid base of craft essences, so you should be able to clock in this damage no problem. So on this one, we get 20 million. This time we're getting Black Tallow, we're getting Pages, yet another summoning ticket, some evil bones, and if you notice, we will be replacing one of the rice balls of power with another golden rice ball, and this will continue. On day 6, we have pretty much the same loadout, except this time we're going for Heart of the Foreign God. We get some plumes, we get some dragon's fangs, we get 3 golden rice balls, and 1 rice ball of power. Now on day 7, this is going to be a little tough, but because we get 2 more missions, we get a 25 million and a 30 million. However, this one lasts for a lot longer than the previous ones. On this one, we get 4 golden rice balls. We get 5 seeds, 1 summon ticket, 5 void dust, 5 octoplet crystals, 5 reverse scales, and 1 crystallized lore. Now, this event is very good for crystallized lore. We get 3 total. Now let's take a look at the main quest. There's not a lot going on with the main quest. This is just going to be mostly story stuff. This will be dropping gourds, but where you are basically going to be wanting to farm the most is going to be the raid event. Now, there is an arc quest that will give you Saint Quartz for every completion. You will be getting a subscription list CE out of the story as well, and you will be getting a summon ticket as well as a crystallized lore when you finish the story quest. Now that we have the main story, the missions, and the raid out of the way, let's talk about some of the things that you are going to need. Let's start off with the CEs. So the Wandering Tales of Shana-O. So what this does is this increases your quick card effectiveness by 10%, plus increases all allies' quick card effectiveness by 20% when defeated for 1 turn, plus increases attack strength by 200% for yourself. This is going to be the craft essence that you are going to want to make sure that you put on your main damage dealer. Now the next one is Golden Captures the Carp. So this one begins the battle with NP charged at 30%, plus gain 15 critical stars when entering the battle 1 time, plus increase all allies' attack strength by 50%, including sub-members. Now, this is going to be one, much like Star of Vittoria, if you played through the Saber Wars, that you are going to want to fill your backline and your supporters with, because this gives everybody plus 50%. Now, the Shana-O CE, I would suggest limit breaking early on, because when you limit break it, that jumps from 200% all the way up to 300% damage. The Golden Carp CE, I would suggest keeping unlimit broken until you have quite a few of them. So taking a look at the gacha CEs, you have a Fox's Night's Dream. This increases your NP gain by 20% and gain 3 critical stars each turn, plus increase Oni Gourd drop amount by 3. So this one is out of the gacha. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan of NP gain CEs. The 3 crit stars each turn is very meh, but if you are rolling for Shuten Doji and you get this wouldn't be bad to put on right away so that you can increase those gourd drops and help you clear the shop a little bit faster. Now, the next one, Burning Tale of Love, is actually one that I'm quite interested in, and I hope I get a couple of copies while I'm rolling for Shuten. This applies a 25% special attack against male and increases debuff success rate by 12% for yourself, and increases Oni Gourd drop by 2. Now, I'm not really too worried about the Oni Gourd drop. That's not my main focus on this. I really like this because once limit broken, that is a 30% up attack against males, as well as a 15% debuff success rate for yourself. If you put this on Shuten, it takes her AoE charm CC control and it turns it from a 60% chance to a 75% chance, which 75% is a much more reasonable chance than 60% because math. So this one is actually very good, and it will work outside of this event. Now, the next one is Reciting the Subscription List, and you can get this through the friend point gotcha. So if you have some friend points left after trying to summon for Angra, you would do yourself a benefit by rolling to get some of these and try to limit break them. Now, the CE itself applies defense debuff immune for 1 turn, and it increases The Oni Gourd drop by 1, 2 if limit broken. It is a very not great CE for gameplay wise, but if you can fill your whole line with these early on, this will help you get your Oni Gourds in order to get your CEs, in order to jumpstart your 6 million damage bullying. So as always, you are going to want to pull the craft essences out of the store first. These are 200 gourds, 300 gourds, 400 gourds, and 500 gourds respectively. You will want to make these your absolute priority. The other things that you will want to prioritize in the shops are the Ascension materials, XP, as well as the mana prisms. Now, one of the things that I would like to point out is that if you have been playing for a while, if you did go through the Da Vinci event, and if you did go through the Fate Zero event, you most likely do not need any more silver or golden monuments, and you can skip out on these in favor of some of the other items, which would make gourd farming much more reasonable because there is a limit on how much you can farm during this event. Now, the other thing that you will be wanting to collect up are damage points. Now, out of the rewards, at various points, you will get copies of the Wandering Tale of Shauna O, as well as Golden Carp. Other items include Dragon's Reverse Scales, Claws of Chaos, Black Beast Grease, Spirit Roots, Ghost Lanterns, Homunculus Babies, Crystallized Lore, Golden Rice Balls of Power, Golden Fruit, Silver Fruit, Bronze Fruit, Summon Tickets, Mana Prisms, and QP. There are quite a few things that you get through the damage, and you will want to try to get all the way up to that 300 million benchmark so that you can get your third Crystallized Lore. So now that we've gone through the main event, the missions, the raid, the CEs, the shop, the damage points, let's talk about what everybody is really here for. Let's talk about team comps and who you need to be focusing on for this event. So what you are going to want to do is you are going to want to bring a single target powerhouse. Those include Jeanne d'Arc Altar, Ku Altar, Skahath, Jack, Rama, as well as Robin Hood. Now, there are more, and I'm sure that I will be missing some, and people will be like, but Shotgun Shogun, what about Julius Caesar? What about this person? What about that person? You also have Carmilla that you can use due to her anti-female. I could go through a list of a ton of servants that would be good here, but I'm going to list out the ones that I think are some of the best single target Ibaraki Doji killers. You have Jeanne d'Arc Altar, who has just massive amounts of damage and will be a giant meme throughout this event. You also have Skahath, who brings amazing single target damage and can one-shot Ibaraki Doji with the right CEs and setup. You also have Rama, who has increased damage against demons, which, guess what, Ibaraki is a demon. So that brings a ton of extra utility. You have people like Carmilla and Jack the Ripper who have anti-female niches. Not only that, but with the Wandering Tale of Shauna O increasing the quick card effectiveness, that just puts Jack and Skahath even higher up on that list. For the budget-minded person, you have Julius Caesar as well as Robin Hood, who are no slouches in bringing the damage. You could also bring Medea for NP spamming on an arts team against her. So you have a lot of options there in terms of single target DPS that you can focus on. Now, if you want to just be super memey, you can bring Jalter with 2 waivers, or Skahath with 2 waivers, or Jack with 2 waivers, or Rama with 2 waivers. The other supports that you can bring are Hans, you can bring Mozart, you can bring Shakespeare, you can bring Nightingale. It's very dependent on what you want to bring and what you have. Personally, if you have a Jeanne d'Arc Altar and you want to make this event face roll easy, you will want to bring her with a Nightingale or a waiver, or double waivers. If you want to bring people like Skahath or Jack, you can bring her with a waiver as well as an Atalanta for increased quick damage. You will also want to bring a Hans and a Waver if you are planning on bringing Rama. If you are going for a budget team, you can run Robin Hood alongside of Mozart as well as Hans. Now, one of the other things that you will want to consider too is potentially bringing an AoE servant in order to help take care of Ibaraki's hands while your main damage blows up the Banana Oni. Now, in that case, you will want to take a look at various servants based on the day because you will want to have advantage, or you can just bring Lancelot or Frankenstein in order to blow up the additional hands as fast as possible. Now, one of the things that you do have to consider whenever you are putting together teams for this event is you want to run with class advantage for the hands, because while you are killing Ibaraki, you are also going to want to be killing hands. So if your primary damage is Rama and you are on a day where you need to kill archers, you are going to want to have to take that into consideration, mostly because you do not want your main damage dealer to get blown up immediately. So while you can rely on just one person, make sure that on the day where they are weak against Ibaraki's hands, as well as the first wave of units, that you take that into heavy consideration, potentially leaving them backline and then swapping them in with the combat suit once you have the hands down. So guys, that is my very long-winded explanation of the event. I hope that you are very excited for it. I know that I am, and I am really looking forward to trying a bunch of different combinations in terms of teams, and I will be streaming as much of this as I possibly can during the event given my time schedule. So I hope that this has given you a little bit more of an idea of what we're getting, what we're doing, and what you should be focusing on. And if it did, make sure that you let me know down below and what I can do to improve in the future. I would love to give a huge shout out to all of the Patreons who help support this channel. If you would like to help support the channel, you can go ahead and hit that Patreon link and sign up, or you can just do me a solid and hit that subscribe button. Also, make sure that you hit the bell notification. Granted, that is only a 50-50 chance that you will be notified. And as always, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will catch you next time. Take it easy. Peace.